Continuing on with the band theme, today we're going to go over some banded chest movements. Now, the benefit of banded chest movements is a little different than the banded movements we did previously. And here's why. When you're doing these banded chest movements, you don't have to do a full range of motion. For instance, on these push-ups, you don't have to go down as far as I'm going down. You can stop short and press up and still get a good rep out of it without putting any tension on the shoulders. So if you're someone who has any type of shoulder issue, shoulder impingement, rotator cuff issue, this is a good alternative to using dumbbells and doing chest movements. If we take a look at this pole movement, you can do the same thing with this. Instead of bringing the pole all the way to the chest, you can stop short and still get a very good rep out of it. And the reason is because the further the band goes away from the body, the more tension is put on the chest. So these are all very, very good alternatives if you're someone who struggles with shoulder pain. And again, control the band. Lower the band to your chest slowly, press out aggressively, and continue. Same thing goes for this banded chest press. This is very similar to the movement that we just did, except now we're working individually. All right, this is more like a dumbbell press, so each hand has to work equally. You can also do this unilaterally, meaning you can do one arm at a time instead of doing both arms, or you can just do the one arm and then do the other, or you can alternate. So these are all movements that can also be modified. This next one here is a little different, as it's a banded chest fly, and all these other movements were presses. So you'll see as we get into this banded chest fly, the hands start straight out, and then from there, slowly lower the arms away from the body and then come up aggressive. Again, it must be done controlled, must be done slow. If you let that band pull your shoulder, you can hurt yourself. So take it nice and controlled. This should be done all the time, but more so with the bands, because again, the further the band goes away from the body, the more tension on the band. And if you just kind of let that band do the work and let that band pull your hand apart, it can do some damage. So always stay under control with whatever movement you're doing, but especially when those bands are stretched fully. And then this last movement we're going to get into is a banded chest press. Here, it's being done seated. It doesn't have to be done seated. It can be done standing. It can be done on an incline. It can be done on a decline. It can be done in numerous of different ways. But here I'm doing it seated. This is a movement we do often in our group classes. It's easy to set up. And again, you get the same effect. The further the band goes away from the body, the harder the movement gets. Again, the thicker the band is, the harder it's going to be also. So guys, I hope these movements helped. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me directly through a DM or through text message 215-416-9463.